Well, I asked you not to click, but you wanted to hear about our little secret. And it's right here. And I'm also going to go through and provide one hot stock tip at the very end of the show. So, what's this? Don't click and let's get ready. Well, it's pretty simple. Our little secret is that we have this beach ball that's currently above water, and we came within roughly 10 cents and actually bounced off that previous area, which means we don't really want to go lower from here. That's pretty much it, right? It's not really a secret, but if we're going to go higher, we have all of the ingredients for us to go there. All right. Now let's see what happened today because Tom Lee, right, the big bull, told us that investors will buy the dip likely like they did all in 2024, but he does see some short-term moves lower, right? Looking for 6,000 by the end of the year. 6,000, those are big numbers. So choose your chips and dip because that might be what's going to happen here. Do you like guacamole? Do you like salsa? What do you like? We got all these options. Do you like wrinkled chips? Do you like flat chips? So we're going to 6,000, right? Ready or not. That's what it seems like and what everyone's talking about. OpenAI has now closed their funding round at $6.6 billion in funds at 157 billion. That's an increase from the 150 we heard about. I think company has also undergone big changes in the last year, and that would include losing all of their other founders. Good job, Sam. In other news, FXI is up one more time, right? They're over on Golden Week or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Up another 7%. 7 or 8 are a lucky number. Well, look what's happened in the last month. 37%. Whoa, what's going on in China? Yeah, exactly. In other news, Tesla delivered some sour numbers and Humana was down a lot. What happened to that stock today? I think it was down like 20% at the open. It did gap down, pump up. So, as we know, the bigger the gap down, the more you want to buy it. This stock had a really powerful move, but it did provide an overhang for some healthcare stocks. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. There's also some concerns about what could potentially happen with a port shutdown. I'll see if I'll have some time to talk about that, but I really just want to go through and provide an update from this weekend. So, Fed's cuts could send already stretched valuations even higher. That's right. So, what's happening behind these eyes, right? What's Jerome thinking? He's like, you know what? Stonks go up, or is he like, you know what? Stonks go down? I don't know. I just thought that would be funny. So, in terms of stretch stocks, I don't really think they're that stretched, but we are due for a drop. So, if we have a look here, normally on average, every 172 days, we have a 10% correction going back to 1928. It's now been 288 days where we haven't had a 10% correction. I think we got pretty close. What was the actual number? Probably should have prepared that ahead of time, but from peak to trough or from high to low, let's see. Well, it's like 9.7%. So like that's a little bit of clickbait because like it's pretty close to 10, but whatever. I'll bite. Let's read the article a bit more. Or the screenshot. All right, valuations, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're currently at 21 or 19.5, and normally they're 18. They're about 10% too high. We go down by 10%. It's a dip you want to buy. We're back down to average. And this number on OpenAI, here's a really important, actually not a really important question. Here's an interesting question. I was looking earlier, and $157 billion private company is pretty interesting because Stripe actually did a down raise. Stripe is like the infrastructure for payments online. But then if we look over here to Uber, I think Uber's a pretty established business. They've been around for quite some time. What's this company worth? This company was worth 153 as of today. So do me a huge favor and type in number 1 in the comment section if you like OpenAI, if you think they're worth more, or type number 2 in the comment section if you think Uber's better. I think both are pretty good companies. I think Uber's much more established. With OpenAI, there is some hype, but I'm curious what you guys have to say. So drop me a 1 or a 2 in the comment section. Maybe those stupid AWS bots are going to go away, right? So annoying. I'm sorry about the comment section. Right? And bots just seem to love my videos. I'm sorry about that. All right. So we talked about the chips. Let's grab our dip. So I like guacamole. That one's yummy. What else we got here? Ritz, pimento, and cheese. Oh, that sounds good. We got bagel crisps and spinach dip. Yum. Potato chip and onion dip. All right. Let's go. So all this stuff looks good. So if we're going to get a nice little dip, what do? We probably buy the dip, like Broccoli Man told us. All right. Pushing forward here, right? China. Oh, my goodness. Is this going to stretch or pull other things higher? Notably, things like emerging markets, because I'm looking at EEM, and it is a stud. It's up 2 more percent. It's like, yeah, let's go. And I'm thinking about other areas that could start to break out. This looks like what the Russell did. Remember what happened when small caps broke out? A lot of things started going higher. And when we're looking at US stocks, this is where there's a little bit of a wrinkle in the fold if this pattern continues, because we can probably delete the uptrend now, buy. But the downtrend here is now actually acting as a pivot where sometimes we push below, sometimes we push above. So below, back above, but we're kind of deviating back here to this pink line. If that's the case, this should be a sell the rip, but that's a pretty powerful candle right off the 200 weekly here for Dixie or DXY. Everyone's watching for 100 to crack, and that would be another leg lower below the 200 DMA. So if DXY goes up or Dixie goes up, stonks usually go down, right? S&P and NASDAQ usually go down. Is that what's happening here? Yeah. So we look on the week, dollars up by 1.1 on the week. Well, the S&P is down by 0.5. That's why today is a little bit unusual, because the dollar's up, NASDAQ up, S&P up. I think Bitcoin was up. This is unusual. Something's funky. I don't know what it is yet, but again, something's funky. And there were missiles in the sky yesterday. What was it? It was time to buy. It's 6 minutes right now. All right, please smash a thumbs up or consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for doing the drill. Blah, blah, blah. All right, NVIDIA competitor. Did I get to the end here? All right, so we probably want to buy the dip. Historically, that's good. Tomorrow, we got initial jobless claims. This is a warm-up. We got ADP today. Market liked it. We bought the dip, got another daily failed breakdown. Initial jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. And then the big daddy coming in on Friday. That'll be non-farm payroll and the unemployment rate. Jerome Powell talked, right? Blah, 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 right? Totality of the data. What do we do? The only thing that's for sure is that nothing's for sure. That's right. Weekly chart, weekly failed breakdown, daily failed breakdowns. And a lot of firepower, right? $6.3 trillion in firepower. Whoa. I wish I had that much money. We also talked about fear and greed. That's also still really important. Short sellers covering. It's like a beach ball. Yeah. Hey, right now it's still above water, right? Party on. Let's go. Falls below the water. Yeah, maybe time to go down. Like NVIDIA here is telling us the demand is so great. Everyone wants to be first. Everyone wants the most, right? Well, this is a company called Cerebras. This is a company that is going to IPO, right? NVIDIA Challenger files for IPO. So they're filing for, read it here. Cost per million tokens, 2.9. Hyperscale GPU cloud, and then Cerebras, 0.6. Oh my goodness. That seems like a lot cheaper. That would make AI a lot more affordable. Hell yeah. It might hurt NVIDIA. Yeah. This also got revised lower. That's GDP now down here to 2.5 from 3. I think that's a much more reasonable number. All right. And now we got to ask ourselves, I've gone through this so many times, but pause the video, answer whether you want to be number 1 or number 2. I generally fall into number 1. And what that means is that right now, I'll give you the tip. It's SH, right? That's the stock or the tip that we're looking at right now. We have it for a trade alert here. It's good for a window of opportunity of 3 weeks, as long as we remain above the area of 10.88. That's the area we're looking for. As long as that continues, then what we're looking for is a risk reward of 3 to 1. Sorry, I just had a phone call come through and disturb me. 3 to 1, 3.3, and score looks good. I like this one. So if we look here to the S&P, sometimes it's a little bit harder to identify a topping pattern than a bottoming pattern. But this curl lower here, if we just go to SH, I can see this a little bit more evidently here, right? There's a move lower, there's a curl. Even if it's a dead cat bounce, I could see this thing going higher. We even have the staircase of bullish volume here. So it's not like I want the market to go down. I want it to go up. But this trade idea is nice because we have a 3 to 1 risk reward. There's the stop and target if you want to pause the video and read it. If not, I look forward to seeing you at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow when we go through the stream, and I'll be more than happy to talk about this alert some more. Thanks so much.